Karen has four grandmothers. One appears in person, one appears through letters, and the other two don't really get mentioned in the book because they don't matter.
Argofont Book Review, Argofont Book Review.
Karen's class is doing an Adopt-A-Grandparent Program at the local nursing home. Karen wants to participate because she wants 5 grandmothers. It's a grandmother record. Mom makes sure this is something Karen really wants to do, not just something she'll try a few times and then give up. That's good parenting on Mom's part. In the end, Karen says she's bored and she wants to do gymnastics instead. Mom is totally fine with Karen giving up her commitments, even though she promised she wouldn't. That's bad parenting on Mom's part. She should have told Karen to keep her promises. Nancy refuses to join the grandparents program because she's afraid of old people. She hates the way old people look with their wrinkles and gray hair. Nancy is clearly a filthy ageist. Karen helps Nancy by setting her up as a pen pal with Granny in Nebraska. That way, Nancy can have a grandmother without having to look at an old person. It's a win-win situation. It quickly turns into a lose-lose situation as Nancy gets pictures and long letters from Granny. Karen is jealous because she never gets pictures in the mail. Why is Granny being nice to Nancy just like Karen asked her to? I always hate it when Karen gets mad at people for doing exactly what she wants. Can't she be happy for her friend's success for once? When Granny sends Nancy some mittens, Karen gets super mad. She tries to sabotage Nancy by suggesting she use the nickname Big Mama. But Granny likes the nickname. Karen's evil plan backfires! Things go badly with Karen's adopted grandma. Grandma B is great at first, but then she talks about things Karen doesn't understand, and she forces Karen to listen to old people music. Yuck. So Karen starts making excuses not to visit Grandma B, like, I have baseball practice, and my ears hurt. Karen's class is assigned to do a performance at the nursing home. The teacher says they can do whatever they want, which quickly turns into the kids making dumb suggestions, which the teacher shoots down. Karen and her friends recite Halloween poems. We get several chapters of them practicing. The performance goes perfectly, and Nancy overcomes her fear of old people. Nancy and Grandma B become best friends because they're both Jewish. Guess what? Nancy actually enjoys old people music. Nancy becomes Grandma B's adopted grandchild, so Karen doesn't have to deal with her anymore. The end. Post-book follow-up. Here's the Karen drinking game. She mostly complains about her friend Nancy. To the book's credit, it has 3 distinct storylines, which overlap a bit. The performance storyline was bad. There are 2 chapters of Karen's friends thinking they'll do a skit, before deciding they'll do poems instead. It felt like a waste that they spent so much time on something that doesn't pan out, or get mentioned ever again. We also had a chapter where Karen explains how to make macaroni necklaces and pencil holders. I guess it's cool if you're into do-it-yourself crafts, but it's definitely a chapter you can skip, because it has no story to it. The storyline with Grandma B is rushed. After the chapter where Karen first meets her, the book skips ahead several weeks to when Karen doesn't like her anymore. Nothing interesting happened in that time skip? Karen's problems with Grandma B aren't really resolved. She just dumps Grandma B on Nancy, and the book pretends it's a happy ending. She got rid of the grandma she doesn't like by pawning her off on the friend she doesn't really like right now. The storyline with Nancy was the best, although Karen and Nancy fight was also the storyline of the previous book, and book 4, and probably another book. Nancy never realizes she hurt Karen's feelings, so, as I said, they don't really resolve the story. Nancy learning to overcome her fear of old people was a more complete storyline with character development. Overall, the book is passable. It's slow, and they don't truly resolve the issues that are brought up, but it's a happy enough ending that this isn't a big deal. Karen's happy, Grandma B's happy, Nancy's happy, Just call it a happy ending. I didn't like the book, but it's not going to hurt little kids if they read this story. I give Babysitter's Little Sister number 10, Karen's Grandmothers, a thumbs down.